Hi. I wanted to say a few things about integrity versus corruption and the misconceptions surrounding this important subject. I'm going to raise some questions and present some perspectives because I really think this is something that needs to get out there. So let me start by saying that I know that the word of today is sovereignty and ascension, but I don't think so. I really think it is integrity. I think it was always integrity. If you don't keep integrity, which have many different layers, then the other two doesn't really matter. They will not manifest. If you look at what's going on today, we are being attacked on our integrity. Do you think we're fighting corruption on a global level? And how does it attach to your life? What does it have to do with your personal life? So let's start with the simple fact that on a certain level, if you're fighting anything, you're not in integrity. Because really there is no fight, never was a fight. It is all about a flow of energy. It is all about moving from one understanding to another and enforcing that new understanding by flowing with it. So fighting is over the minute you realize the game, and from there you can just grow and refine yourself. I think we are all awake. I really do. But I always ask, awake to what? Because awake has many levels and many layers to it. Like everything else, nothing is like flat, To be awake is to have a certain accumulated energy that lends you in a new awareness. If you don't act on it, then it doesn't worth much. And you will not get to the next awareness. Now, corruption is the opposite of integrity. You can look at integrity as truth, to have integrity, and you can look at it as credibility or coherence, as completeness. Like a fabric that has no flaw, it's a fabric that is in integrity. Now, corruption, like anything else, is not something that is coming from over there. It's coming from inside. It's just everything is just a projection. There's nothing out there. So, are we being attacked on our integrity, or are we presented at this time with society corruption and seeing what is needed to be changed? I think that the more people will do their work, their own internal work, and connect to themselves and their inner reality to look at what is corrupt in their lives, the faster this society is going to change. Now, corruption it's complicated because some people can do it out of naivety. It doesn't have to be corruption. Oh, I'm going to steal, I'm going to be corrupt human being. It's not like that. It can be small stuff. I really think we are doing our best, but I do think it needs to spread more and be more understood because it has a lot of effect, and it's really simple. People want a better world, of course. We all want something more real and true, and we all deserve it. But we don't get to the real thing unless we are real and live in truth. It is the whole difference between disconnection and synthesis. knowing something and acting on it. There's a saying, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Well, this is for the lazy ones. Only if you didn't get to that place where your intentions is followed by action and means something. Good intentions is a lot. Being in integrity and having intentions is creating worlds, and it is a part of the solution to corruption, but it's not everything. You know, in my practice, I'm working with a corrupt integrity all the time. It is the inability to look deeper, usually because of fear of looking. What are you going to find? You know, it's wanting to be one thing and denying the parts that doesn't fit. It's accepting a part of yourself but not all of yourself. Fear is keeping many people from opening inner doors. Why deal with something when we can stuff it aside and ignore it? Then it comes as anxiety, and if ignored, it manifests as a sickness of some kind. I mean, I took it down to fear, but really it comes in many faces. Anger, inability to control your feelings, inability in general, depression, many other things. The disconnection becomes so deep that it is hard to find the origins of that fear, of that specific cramped place, that block of energy, that block of flow of life. The good thing is, many people around the world has awakened to that barrier and inner closed doors, and has been working with them, opening them up. Now, because humanity is a collective soul, once we arrive to a critical mass of people working on their inner integrity from different angles and different issues, we tip the axis from corruption to integrity. And this is on a DNA level, and this is not only healing, but it's super connectivity to life. When I say life, I mean the most sacred aspect in us and in the universe. I mean, what else is there if not life? You tell me. So now, and it is a big deal, because our starting point is not in corruption but in integrity. It means that if you live in a certain corruption in your field and in your life, you must change in order to feel good and connected, not the other way around. And it's a choice, of course. The process has changed, that's all I'm saying. It is like up till now it was, how should I put it? As above, so below. Now it's as below, so above, because we have landed integrity here. At least on one level, the stage has changed. Something like that, because really the work has been done for many years now, and there has many changes has been going on. Many things has been in a revolution and evolution. But yes, it is a big deal. So how do you get there? What do you do in your life to be in integrity, in fullness? I chose to talk about corruption and integrity because it has everything to do with evolution. And evolution has everything to do with awareness. And the more aware you are, the more spiritual you become. And it is on all levels of life. Spirit carries thought, and thought is intelligence, and intelligence is the sum of your understandings of yourself through experience. Think about it. Because when you work on your integrity, whether you look for it or not, you will wake up to more layers and more truth. And truth is not debatable. There are many truths. No. There are levels of understanding the truth. Yes. And these are two different things. You see, we are coded with life, okay? But we are also above the codes. So what are you allowing is the real question. So let's ask the hard questions, you know. What are you doing in your life? Simple. Who do you work for? Really simple stuff. For example, do you work for a logging company that cuts trees all day? Do you work for a data company that finds algorithm to look into people's information? And you think it's okay. Do you work for a chemical industry that buries acid in the ground? Do you know if they do? Did you ask them? Do you spray the weeds in your backyard with chemicals that takes all nutrition from the soil and leave it to dead? You know? Do you sell something that you don't believe in and you sell it just for the money? Do you go to work and play on your computer all day because you're so bored, but you're still there and wasting your life? Do you step on an ant, even if you can avoid it? You know? Before I go on, I have to say that once you are in the system, okay, it is very hard to break from it. It takes a lot to stand in integrity. I actually know people that tried for many years and didn't succeed because it was going against something. I don't know. I mean, you know, we just, I guess we just tipped something, and I hope it will make a difference. But many people that wanted to go out of the system had a really hard time doing it. So I do think it takes not only courage, but also opportunity, you know. Yet, those questions, I have many questions, and I just gave a short list that I just picked it out of nowhere. Most of the things we do inside the system, okay, we're doing it out of not only ignorance, but because we feel we have to. We have to participate, okay? And if we want to change the system, we have to force, gently, but force what we really believe in. So, you know, the fact that we're doing it out of ignorance, and I have nothing to say about that, because I don't have time to this philosophy anymore. You know, if this philosophy may be fit for maybe 30 years ago, but it doesn't fit now. We are in a time where we're becoming aware, and the information is available, and opportunities are also available to create change. It's really funny because, you know, we worked so hard to get here, and now all we need is another step. It's like, whoops, to get into a better place, but we do have a lot to lose, you know. Now, here's the thing, not respecting life, I can tell you that nature responds. Life itself responds. And not knowing the law makes no difference. So if you're working for a data company that steals information, be sure that it is a conflict in your life within you, radiating out to the world. Whether you want to change it or not, you know, it's still doing that, and you are basically helping, you know. And no, I'm not getting into the real stuff here, really, because I'm not talking about big stuff. Things that can move you from one energy to another, from one vibration to another, doesn't have to be huge, okay? Everything you do, whether you are aware of it or not, has direct response from your body that is connected to everything. Everything that is, everything. So, where do you put your hands, and what do you help cultivate? Corruption starts in the smallest places. If you don't stop and think, and you don't go against the wind, so to speak, you're a part of it. So let's take it another step, you know. If you want to live in a world that is free, then you need to integrate yourself into it first, into freedom. What do I mean? Simple. It's live and let live. Simple stuff. I like simple stuff. I'm a simple person. The only thing you can change is yourself. And from that example, you can influence others that are interested. And let me just say that I'm not talking about world leaders that can influence on a greater level. There are people like that that has a lot of influence, and I'm not talking government, I'm talking world leaders. I know I'm saying hard stuff. Now, if I'm working in a data company, what does it mean? It means that I'm going to quit my job. Yes, it does mean that. If you want to eliminate corruption, if you want to live in a full integrity as a human being, then yes, you know, because most of the things you see in the world today, well, not most, but many things that we see in the world today are wrong, you know, totally wrong. It's just not right. And we need to change many things. So it's a process. It's going to take time, but we have time. It's fine. We got time. But look at it. Medicine is not medicine. It's a band-aid, not even that. Schools teaches nothing because it's business. Politics is sold to the banks. What else we have there? Our markets are inflated out of proportion. It's a rat race, you know. So yes, we need to learn from the beginning how to, what to teach our children, what to eat, how to respect life, how to even walk in this land, to see the trees and the air and the water and everything. To realize that everything is sacred, everything, the animals, the plants, everything is alive and talking to you. And there is a lot to be in integrity with, you know, especially now, because time is up. We're already in the 5th dimension. If you're aware of it or not, it's not going to change the fact that it happened. Now, some people have this idea that they're going to ditch 3D. I don't know, people have imagination. It's not going to be like that. If you want to ditch 3D, you need to die and cross the bridge. But then you will not have a body. Forget it. It's not going to be like that. We're here, forcing change without using force. This planet is a multidimensional life, and we are here. It is our right to live like it was intended to be from the beginning. And by the way, I'm not here to point a finger, and I'm not here to preach. And more than that, I'm not telling you to quit your job now. So what if I say something, you know? Somebody tells me, hey, quit your job. Pfft, who are you anyway? I am saying, take a look. Take a look. Where are your hands, and make a plan, you know, to something, put yourself into a direction that eventually will honor life. You know, all I'm saying is take a look, take your time, think, and if you feel, because some people will stay there, I don't know, I mean, if you feel it is right for you, then start looking for the alternatives, because this wave of change that was building momentum and building momentum and building momentum, you know, I thought in the 90s, woohoo, we're already there, doop. And then, woohoo, we're already there, doop, woohoo. It's done, it's over. It's just built such a momentum that it's just gonna sweep the planet. Yeah, and it's a good thing. It's a good thing for everybody. I'm just here to tell you, look at, integrate your life into a flow, and that would carry you, you know. Now, okay, so if you're still here after all the blah blah, let's look at the world, okay, society, because it goes hand in hand with you. So the more integrity you have, the more you can see things clearly, you know. The more you can see truth, what is truth and what is a lie, what is sustainable and what feeds death, what is in integrity and what is in corruption. And the beautiful thing is you become sensitive to energies and you become one with your core. Now, we're living in an amazing planet with beautiful people, and we really come a long way, and we can make it even better, and I think we just started. So, yeah, we're going back to the start, and with so much love that we have right now on the planet, I think it's visible. So, thank you for listening, and let's do this.